Regular viewers might have noticed that I have recently begun doing the more stream of consciousness type of video, which I used to have a series. I've got 3 series now. Thoughts from a Car, which is basically where I talk about whatever appeals to me, and you either watch or you don't watch. I like it if you do. But the subject of those particular videos, or whatever strikes my mind at the time, there is no consistency. Somewhere in Niagara was a lot more heavily produced and edited. It had music tracks, it had a lot more effects and fades and etc. But one of the things that I've really noticed, A, is that it's time consuming, and B, I'm sick of dealing with copyright claims. Now what happens there is that you either use some cheap and nasty plinkety-plink keyboard stock music, or you use something that is better produced and higher quality, but it has a license attached to it. It's usually either Creative Commons attribution required, i.e. music by Fred, or you pay a fee for the rights for that piece of music, and you own it in perpetuity, basically. And you can use it for as many videos as you wish. This is why a lot of YouTube channels have a lot of content which uses the same theme tune, as it were. A, because it's consistently branded. B, because you only have to pay for it once. You don't have to pay for a different tune every week. Keeps costs down, and it's simpler. But, and this is a real pain in the arse, YouTube has a flawed system, which many have said before, I know. But if I include a piece of music which I have legally licensed, and then upload a video to YouTube, the algorithm will scan my content and it will identify the piece of music, at which point it automatically flags it as a copyright claim by the owner, whoever that might be, and that flags it against my content, which means it reduces distribution, and it also reduces monetization. So in other words, I can't make money from it while there's a copyright claim against it. There is a dispute process whereby you check a bunch of boxes and you explain the reason why you're using this piece of software and why you have the right to do so. And normally when you license a piece of music, you get a license key, which is a, say, 12-digit long alphanumeric, and that traces it back to the license approval, and then it goes through the whole process, and the license holder has 30 days to release their claim, and then you're good to go, at which point you can get monetized and so forth. But that's 30 days and not making any money on it, by which time most of the people that are going to watch it have watched it, and you haven't made 1 cent. This is at the best inconvenient. At the most, it's actually hurting a lot of channels out there, because it's a real pain in the butt. Now, I do not know, and I have tried to find a way to circumvent this situation. I mean, short of actually putting it in the description, saying license from X library, license key number, which of course you don't want to do then, because everybody else is going to read that and go, oh yes, thank you very much, I'll have the license key. It's supposed to be unique to the purchaser. The copyright claim system is there for a reason, to stop people stealing pieces of music and work and other artists' bread and butter, and I absolutely applaud that. But the implementation, the way it's done, is just it's prohibitive. It cripples you. You can't put a piece of music on a video without getting a copyright claim, even if it's just, you know, Fred's Garage Band, ka-ching. They've registered it. They have agents which have automated bots, and they scan the internet for every upload, and if that bot identifies a piece of music, the copyright claim is automatically applied, and then you go through the whole process again. Now, you do this every single video, and I can't find a way to avoid it. If there is one, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to. And I will preface that by saying, please don't tell me to use original content. I don't have the equipment, I don't have the skills. Well, that's not true, I used to make music. I certainly don't have the time to write things. This is music. This is why you license the content. I like that piece of music. I think it's appropriate and I want to use it. I paid the artist. Now I'm using it in the video. I'm getting a copyright claim. Come on. And it doesn't matter if you use the same piece of music on multiple videos, even if you make a successful dispute, you'll get the same copyright claim against you every time. 10 videos in a row with the same piece of music, and you've already licensed it, because the bot doesn't look back at your history and say, oh, we've already proved ownership of that piece of music. No, it's a fresh start every time. It's really annoying. The point, because I'm kind of getting off the track here, of the Thoughts from a Car series is that it lets me bleh, and it also is in a different, simpler format. I do this in a single take. I do it stream of consciousness. I put a graphic on the bottom so it's identified. I'll create a thumbnail and then I'll upload it. Almost zero production time, which is excellent, because time is money, and who has time to waste, especially not when you're getting up there a little bit in age. Anyway, the Thoughts from a Car series doesn't use any music. And that means no copyright claim, which means no lengthy process, which means no this, no that, no the other, which means I can record this on a morning, have it uploaded on an afternoon, and it can be making me money by the evening. So that's kind of nice, without any infringement to any artist's well-earned rights, without any impediment to production and creativity, such as it is. It's a lot simpler format. Single take, good and bad, whatever you get, that's it, including a bad hair day. But no copyright claims, so it's a lot easier for me. So I am ramping up video production with the Thoughts from a Car line, because it's easier and I can do this while I'm driving, and I'm doing a lot of driving anyway in this current job. So why not make a video while I'm on the way? Anyway, a Somewhere in Niagara video, which talks about the photography and the process and the techniques and shows you some of the photography, usually has intro music, theme music, whatever, with all the associated problems and production time. Which, honestly, let's say that I record this video this morning, I edit it this afternoon and this evening and tomorrow, and then upload it and wait 30 days for a copyright claim to be released on a piece of music that I know I have licensed legally. It's easier. It does mean that there's going to be more thoughts from my car videos rather than somewhere in Niagara videos, but honestly, I'm cool with that. I hope you are too. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will bore you later. Goodbye for now. Peace. Stop recording.